Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 is all I can say. Oh no, man. Joe's gone. Both of his accounts are gone. That's, that's, uh, that's, wow. Wow. Honestly, wow. Honestly, man, I don't know. I don't know what to say. Uh, anyway, Sakhir, yeah.
Matteo steering it in front of him.
Yep, yeah, here in the postal. Man. Hi, Eric. Hello, Eric. I know you're the only one who's gonna be watching in it, because people want me to see, but they don't want to see. They want me to sell, but they don't want to see the races in it. Some BS. Anyway, um, on the matter of Joe being gone, that's, hey man, I actually don't know. Well, imagine if he wins the championship and his account is just banned. I'll be very sad for that. But in other news, guess I still have to sim. What do you call it? Oh yes, you are, because your school's about to start. Starts in with the next 45 minutes. It does, eh? Well, preying on your downfall. I'm joking. Anyway, let's just get down to business. Let's do everything we have to do for the penultimate race of the season. Aircon is on pole. Joe is P2. South is third. Battle fourth. Ponderoli fifth. Alright, so here we are again, under the lights in Bahrain, waiting for 5 lights to go out. It's lights out and away we go. Riding on board here with Joe, he gets off to an okay start it seems, but he will have the inside line going into turn one, and thus will take the lead of the race immediately off the bat. Aircon will try to fight back, and there is Sadaf as well. Aircon retakes the lead, but Joe, again with the inside line, will keep first place. These two are neck and neck, trading positions as if it is nothing here, but because Aircon will have the infield, it seems, there's already been a penalty. Joe will just take the inside line, and as so Aircon drops down to third, as actually he goes back into the lead of the race. Sadaf will overtake Joe for P2. Aircon already off to a great start. Tana Bardot as well sweeps up into P2. Joe seems to be dropping down the order as he's now in P4. And Joe's already got a penalty for a collision with Sadaf. Does he have a puncture? Does not seem as though he has a puncture. And by the way, it doesn't seem as though he has a puncture. Uh, his car still seems quite badly damaged, but he will continue on forward. Now he's behind Tana Bardot. I know I'm focusing a lot on Joe because this is very crucial championship stuff. Overtakes Tana Bardot going into the first corner and is back up into P2 with a 5-second penalty. Hi Joe. Hi Joe. Man, both your accounts got banned, didn't it? That's some horrible stuff, man. Really is some horrible stuff. Aircon fastest in Sector 1. At this, as it stands right now, Tana Bordeaux is still on to be in the World Drivers' Championship fight. Uh, Surprisingly, yeah. But just behind Joe there is just behind, I mean, Tana Bordeaux here is Joe in P3, and as it stands, Aircon will retake the lead of the championship if we finish like this. But as you know, Joe has a 5 second penalty, and so that might affect him. There is Aircon being the fastest driver in Sector 2 as well. Right now, we've got a little scrap going on between, it seems, in the midfield here. There's a little scrap going on. Who reported you? Who was it that reported you? I want to know. Anyway, onto the main straight. Air contest the fastest lap. Anthony has got a penalty for collision with Senna there. the Also Joe is 4 tenths behind. So that's already 4 penalties. One more penalty and we might have to bring in a safety car. It seems as though there's a lot of squabble. There's a lot of squabble going on in the midfield right now. Joe's just hovering around that 1 second range. Obviously, he has a 5 second penalty, but his penalty will be reduced if there is a safety car here. He's already making mighty pace right now. I think he's just within. Yeah, he just went out of Aircon's DRS just then, so his rear wing will stay closed. But Tanabato's rear wing will stay open, and the Renault driver will go for the move on the car there. He's already 3 tenths. He's already 3 tenths behind Aircon. By that time that he made up in the braking zone is already starting to dwindle, as Sadaf is also looking for a potential possibility here. And that's Joe back up into P3. Joe, who reported you, mate? I really want to know who reported you. Do you know who it is? Let's see. Joe goes back for a move. Fastest lap as well. Slow. Yeah. He's right there on Aircon's tail. He's right there on Aircon's tail. And he will have the DRS and stuff. So even with a broken car, Joe is still mighty fast around here. But as I say that, Tana Bordeaux goes back up into P2. These two are having a lovely scrap here. Tana Bordeaux just looking to stay in contention for the time. Is my batteries that wasn't charging. Tana Bordeaux just looking to stay within contention for the World Championship. Meanwhile, Joe fighting crucially to maximize his time here out in Qatar. And that's a safety car. That's another penalty. So that is a safety car as of right now, because they are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 active penalties out on track. So every car will have to reduce their pace, and to buy themselves some time, they will have to reduce some pace in order to get everything out in order. Here we are going on to, what would be a DRS straight, but is not a DRS straight. So we will see now who does what, who comes into the pit, who jumps the gun. Aircon stays out, Bordeaux stays out, Joe stays out, Sadaf stays out. Tap from Jupiter, rounding the final corners, also stay out. So does Joe, so does Eric. Everyone's stayed out, it seems. Even the ones on the softer tires, who probably should have come in to the pits. Why are you so low? I don't know, man. It's the game simulation, I think. The way the game rendered your stats probably rendered it pretty low. First person to come in, Fonoroli jumps the gun. The previous race winner here will jump the gun and will go. I know you made qualifying for Bahrain, but I think by the way, I think it's just the way the game, because a lot of other people did qualifying for Bahrain, right? So I think the way the game rendered the stats that I put, the upgrades that I put for you, but I couldn't tell you honestly. Okay. Oh, la 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 la. Could just see how this W11 moves. in the dark. It moves like a serpent, you know, compared to like the racing. Okay, I swear this charger just doesn't want to charge this phone. Okay, I'm gonna keep it like that. I was saying that the Mercedes cars, the Mercedes W11. Did you just see how you just can't see it in the dark? Uh, Unlike the bright pink Racing Point or the darkly colored Red Bull with the red highlights, or even the Reynolds, the blue Reynolds, the special livery Reynolds car. Yeah, but there is the safety car just right there, coming onto the main straight. Do you actually know what car that is? No, it doesn't say. Okay. Yeah, so your pecking order as it stands: Aircon, then Bardo, then Sadaf. Eric pits. Eric is in the pit as it stands right now to pit for new tires. He will come out in last place, behind Rafa Kaitan. So just saying now, those who are on soft tires and do decide to stay out, they'll have to push for another bit of time, because it seems as though that window for pitting during safety car conditions just didn't work out. Really, just didn't work out. Um, yeah, mate, you pitted, so. But yeah, you have to pull a Joe in Azerbaijan. Was it Azerbaijan? Yeah, I think it was Joe in Azerbaijan where he had to make like a freaking comeback drive. But it's fine. Bahrain is an easy place to overtake in anyway. Following up here with Anthony, who's trying to catch up. Uh, yeah. If you guys should tell me about the quality conditions when they come. Our lead pack entering the space between turns 10 and 11. Sadaf is on board with Sadaf again. You can just see them going at a reduced speed. They're going at 150 kilometers per hour, or 140 and 30. Goes all the way down to 120. In the braking zone of 11, then into 12. Finally, they reach the peak, the apex, at turn 13, where the safety car has just exited right now onto the street of turn 13 to 14, and I believe the safety car will be coming in this lap. I know it. Safety car is coming in. See, what does Tanabadil go to do here? When the safety car comes in, and as Aircon passes the start finish line, we are back in green flag conditions, and we are back to racing conditions. Obviously, there will be no DRS for this lap, it seems. Tanabadil close enough for a move, hits Aircon, doesn't get a penalty. I think Aircon as well will just drop down a bit. Yeah, Joe undecided on where to go. His 5-second penalty obviously will still apply, but he will fall to the same. Tanabadil will fall to the same thing that happened between Aircon and Joe. There's been another penalty, so our first of another 5 penalties needed for another safety car, and Aircon just goes through. That's 2 already. Fonaroli penalty for collision with Levi Graham. There's Joe, side by side, and through into second. And will he go for first? Tanabadil just blocks the line there. The 3 contenders in the World Championship going head to head, it seems. Tanabadil still retains that P2 spot away from Joe, but Joe will have the inside line and will come back, it seems, to go back up into P2. He has the speed. He has the traction. Will he go for a move into P1? But Tanabadil comes back at the very, very last second. Aircon unable to run away. The pace, it seems, disappeared on this day here. But as I say that, rejuvenated now. It was a scary thing. But here comes Joe back up into P2. It was not really P2, but Obviously, he'll need to eke out a 5 second gap to Tanabadol to be in P2. As it stands right now, he's in P9. Tanabadol, meanwhile, this is for track position, comes back P2 as it stands right now. Actually, Sadaf as well dropped a bit, susceptible to tap from Jupiter and to Joel. So Sadaf now in a bad position. Eric Little things on his comeback drive. Obviously, he can overtake the cars literally on 8 lap old soft tires. Meanwhile, here further up front, we still have the battle here. Tap from Jupiter just begins to join the battle as it stands here, and so will the Ferrari of Joe here, but he's becoming too far back behind. Joe goes for a move into the braking zone of 11, and as we enter into 10, 12, and 13, we'll retain P2. But Tanabado, better traction, has the inside line, doesn't have to defend. Easy move, sweeps up back into P2. Joe, too far behind for a move, but far enough, but close enough for the DRS to be enabled. You can just see the graining on these 8 lap old medium tires, meaning that Foneroli already managed to catch up to, I believe that's Sadaf, that is Sadaf, yes. Into the braking zone we go. Joe still too far behind for a move, but here comes tap from Jupiter with greater traction, with DRS still unable to make a move. But as I say that, he will try to go for a move on Joe, but he's too far back. He has to squeeze himself on the inside line, allowing Tanner Bardol to effectively run away. That's Dirksen in P7 right now. Sadaf really dropping behind everyone. I think he has to pit. But it's not over yet. For when the pit stop phase comes, we will see truly who has mastered the pit and who will go into Abu Dhabi as championship leader. As it stands right now, there are still 3 drivers in contention for the title here in Sakhir, in Bahrain, in the middle of the desert, where no one can hear the shouts, no one can hear the screams of the drivers in the cockpit. Joe thinking of a move, deciding he's too far back for one. But tap from Jupiter will make an excellent move, pulls side by side, and that's up into P3. Joe in P4 right now. But is he too far back to come back? I mean, he had a few collisions, it seems. Tap from Jupiter already pulling side by side. Will have the outside line, but makes it the inside line onto the braking zone. And that's P2 for the one-time world champion. Levi Graham pits, but that's Tanner Bardot and Joe as well. Will go past Tap from Jupiter. Seems as though he lost a lot of downforce onto the straight. I think it's because he didn't have the same amount of battery. Yeah, he didn't have the same battery level, but because where battery is restored. Someone's trying to call me. Give me a sec. Someone was trying to call me for a real. That's crazy, bro. Got a world championship on the line. Freaky Rockstar Games. Still at 3%. Anyway. Was my audio not on? I think it's because I was speaking the whole time. Anyway, as this was happening, Sadaf P9 from starting, I think, P3 into P9. Obviously, yes, he doesn't have the net thing, but still. Leo Fonerodi looking for a move on Joel. Here we have 2 penalties from the post safety car period. That's Fonerodi and into P5, and that's Joe into P2. And Joe will be the first driver to come into the pits. Tanner Badol stays out. Seems as though everyone's staying out. You have the 5 seconds waiting here for Joe, so he can changes his tires. Thankfully, Joel ahead. There's Sadaf as well into the pits, and that is that problem resolved. But can Leo Foneroli catch Tap from Jupiter and claim P4 here? Joe will come out in P10. So he will have a lot of ground to make up. Just scoot aside for the Williams. because the Williams is on the fresher tire. So that is well pitted, comes on P13. Joe comes back for the move, and that's up into P10. Yeah, you have a crucial battle here, but that's Fonderoli. Overtakes two cars in one straight. Goes to P2. Leo Fonderoli, even with the penalty, is in position 2. But I think his teammate will want to come back, and so will tap from Jupiter. Fonderoli into P2. He had to play the team game here. He's just thrown Tanabadol to the dogs. And there is tap from Jupiter, one of those dogs. In P3 again. Tanabadol comes into the pits to change his tires. And that's Eric Littlethings into P4. Anthony as well. He pitted. He's in P6. While Joel has actually set the fastest Sector 2 time. We go on board with the Red Bull driver of Joe here. Current world champion leader. But if the race finishes like this, seems as though it's all over for Joe here. Joe obviously will have greater traction. He has to slow down a bit before he can think of overtaking Anthony there. Will just barely overtake him, touches his car a bit, loses 1 point of car percentage, but overall, nice overtake into turn 1. Actually, Fonaroli on the older tire is actually starting to catch aircon here. So unless Mercedes actually don't want the win, they just want the championship points, then definitely I think they shouldn't pit. But we just have Joe here on Rafa Caetano. Rafa just blocks the line here. Oh, this is some incredible defending from the AlphaTauri driver, but it's not enough to dislodge Joe from P6. Aircon, our first, the driver at the front to pit, we will see if he comes out ahead or behind Joe here, as Fonaroli goes into the lead of the race. Eric Littlethings in second. Will Tanabado catch Aircon here? Coming onto the main straight, he's very, very fast. So will all the work done in the first stint come undone? Aircon beautifully mastered the pit phase and retains net P1 here, but Tanabado is eking ever so closer here. He currently is still in contention for the title, but as long as he is on the podium today, he will be in contention for the title if either driver wins. But as of right now, it doesn't seem as though he will catch them. No, it does not. But someone that is catching or being caught is himself here. 3 seconds to Joe behind. Yeah, so it seems as though the penalty really inflicted some damage onto Joe. But as it stands right now in the constructors' standings, Red Bull are set to take the lead back in the constructors' standings. Okay, I was just checking if my phone is charging. So here in Sakhir, we are about to reach a halfway race distance. Leonardo Fornaroli leads us away. So it's 2 races in a row that he's led a Grand Prix. Eric Littlethings as well. An amazing drive. He pitted under the safety car. Seems as though that was the right thing to do. He is in what position? He's in P2 right now. I think as the pit phase comes to a close, but obviously he will have to pit again. Really marking the end of that pit phase as we begin the next one. So yeah, actually Joel got past the Red Bull driver, the two so Yuki Tsunoda fan ahead of our championship leader as things just get worse and worse for him this Sakhir race. I think really, depending on where the race ends, I might forgive that penalty there and subtract time from it. Because clearly he's not having a good race. If the sky falls, then it crumbles. Is anyone watching right now? Face it all. Together in the sky fall, at the sky fall, and it crumbles. Rounding turn 13 now on his way to turn 14. Joe will pull aside, back up into the position there. Joel, Yuki Tsunoda fan, cannot do anything about it, but he will have the DRS just look his rear wing opening. He will go side by side with the DRS, aided by it, pulls aside, has the inside line before the apex is even reached. Will go back up into the position, but Joe. Oh no! Oh, Joe's gonna. Oh no! Wait, Joe. Don't you have the big Discord, bro? Don't you have the big Discord? Cause I mean, you can. Yeah. No, Joe definitely. I think he has Discord. He does have the big Discord. Yeah, right. But we'll see. If Joe doesn't get appealed, obviously, crazy, crazy stuff. Joe goes back up into P5. They banned the big Discord in Turkey. That's some BS, bro. This is some BS. Only hope is tomorrow. Fair enough, yeah. Fair enough, yeah. Really fair enough. I'm just thinking now. I really am just thinking now. You know, and I know that, and I feel like that is true. I really do feel like that is true. Uh, wait. Joe, can't you just make another account? Do you think you can make another account, or 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 I can give you one of my. I can give you my BMW. Yeah, I can give you my BMW Williams account actually, because I'm not using it. Yeah, you can take my BMW Williams because like I don't use it, so nah you can take that one, I think, because then again it's also located into yeah no, that can happen. Anyway, Aircon out in front has managed to actually catch up to Fonoroli and Eric over here. See, will he make a clean move here or not? He will make a clean move. Eric just squeezes there, tries to defend, is unable to. Aircon with the fastest sector 3 as well, catching Leo Fornaroli. So we will see, but I think gained massive amounts of time through that corner as well, through turns 1, 2, and 3, the complex here. And that's Aircon back into the lead of the Sakhir Grand Prix with with 12 laps to go. Aircon absolutely speeding past here. Yeah, so I don't know. I can sacrifice my BMW Williams account, or Eric can sacrifice his. I mean, Eric, if you want to, maybe you can read out on TikTok. Fair enough. Honestly, fair enough. Yeah, I think you should try that. Yeah, Joe, you should try that. Because I'm on the big T. I'm on the big T. I'm on the big tung tung. So I think you should. I think you should do that while we wait for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. So after the race, I have an extra account that you can use. After the race, I'll give you my BMW Williams account, the one that I don't really use all that often. You can have it. Anyway, here's Tanabado on Eric Little Things out in front here with 11 laps to go. Close enough? Yes, he is. And that's Eric Little Things down. So I think our podium is really good, but I'm gonna disqualify this neck hurt. It's neck hurt from the race here. I'm gonna disqualify this neck hurt. Nega. Um, Harper Lotta, Pitt. Actually, Tavern Jupiter's mighty fast as well. Around here. Yep. Okay. So now the race getting boring. So race getting boring. It's getting a bit boring, innit? In it. Okay. What's going on? In terms of the championship now? Aircon obviously going to retake the lead of the championship. Going into Abu Dhabi. Actually, who was pole here? Joe was pole. Joe was pole. I remember Joe was pole. So yeah, they're going to go into Abu Dhabi on equal points. If on equal points, really. Yes. On equal points, if Joe finishes in P3, which I think he's gonna do now. Fondra goes for the soft tire. I pray on Joel's downfall. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, 10 laps left, by the way. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. 10 laps to go. Sadaf as well, seeming to starting to catch up here. And he spun round, and Sadaf has spun around. Sadaf has spun around. He was hit by a tap from Jupiter, and he has been spun around. And that's actually hurt the both of their cars. Sadaf just got ahead there just by a bit. So we'll see what the stewards decide for that. What will be the course of action to do there? Does Joe have DRS? Does not have DRS. Either way, I'm just gonna remove 5 seconds from the finishing time. So even if nothing happens, it's okay. Okay. 19 of 28. Make that 20 of 28. Yes, the taps really dropped down the order, but his car's fine. His car's fine, but he just dropped down the order. Go get that order. You know, I'm gonna goon today. Today, I'm going to goon. It's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna be lovely. And I'm just gonna goon my heart out. Just goon and goon. Oh, goon. What am I saying? What am I saying? Honestly. Is this like a freaking train we've got here? This is a freaking train we've got here. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm going to do that. Which is really sad, honestly. Bro. Franco Colino, 5-second penalty for collision with Levi Graham. Franco Colino not really on the best run of form right now. The driver next season for, I forgot what team is going to drive for, but it's going to drive for 18 next season. Yeah, so this is Fonaroli versus Eric here. Got a battle incoming, and actually Fonaroli squeezed between two Red Bulls. So these 4 cars has already become a sort of train going on here. But as I say that, Eric Little Things passed him. Will he go past his teammate as well? Yes, he will, it seems. The two drivers battling it out. Just lightly tapping Joe's car as well, as Joe is losing out here. Fonaroli speeds by as well. While Joe's just not able to capitalize on the move, but he will go for a move on Joe here. Fonaroli and Eric Little Things back up into their respective positions. Out on track, Joe with the DRS as well. Just leaving Joe left behind, seems here. But don't forget, Joe's penalty will be revoked at the end of the Grand Prix as well. So yeah, 21 of 28. The hard tires are beginning to become old for Joe here. Yeah. No, you won't be out of WGC fight, obviously. Oh, and there's a move. There's the move. He has the inside line. He has the greater traction. He has the speed. They're going side by side right now. That's a duff in the distance. Joe will just have to sit idly and watch as Joe will go forward. And that's Joel actually into the pits. Sadaf as well stays out. So does Tap from Jupiter. Tap from Jupiter actually wanting to go for a move here further up in the grid. Makes it look easy. Easy here. Meanwhile, Eric Littlethings helping with what he can in the Constructors' Championship, wanting to go for that last spot on the podium, currently occupied by Reynolds, who I think will go at this rate, will go into the last race of the season, still in the championship fight, I think. I'm not sure about that though. Okay. So yeah, Joe definitely has to pit now. This lap, he has to pit. He has to pit. Speaking of such, oh, that was a very late move by Eric Littlethings on Funeroli. Funeroli just managed to stay ahead just by that much, just by a little bit. Um, Lap 23 of 28, we've only got 5 or 6 laps to go. Uh, Here, will Joe actually come into the pits like Joe did earlier, or will he overextend his tires? Maybe he'll last one more lap to try to gain that little competitive advantage here. Tana Bardol as well stays out, so I wouldn't expect Joe to stay out. But Joe actually comes into the pits to pit for new tires. I presume softs until the end of the race. Sadaf as well will come into the pits. He goes for mediums for 6 laps. That's very fair. That seems like a fair assumption to do. Joe obviously will come out ahead at this time, but this time Joe will be the one with the competitive advantage of having fresher tires. Comes out 4 seconds behind, and the Fornaroli looks unstoppable on the soft tires right now. As well as Tanabado really eating out into Aircon's lead right now. Could he go for the lead of the race here today? And we have Harper Lutta as well battling with Sadaf, but that didn't last long. Yeah. Actually, Aircon here experiencing some... Oh, that's why. Because he has to deal with lapped traffic. That's why. Oh, that's bad. That's really bad for him. But no worries. Tanabado will pit. Where will he come? I think he's definitely... Tanabado definitely has P2 in the back today. He will go for the medium compound tire in the last phase. In the last phase of the pit stops. Joe still quite far behind the German here. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Joe anymore. I'm just gonna say the German. So, yeah, onto the main straight he goes, and that's 11 seconds. Yeah, Dirksen pits, so he's up into P6 here. So that will overtake Dirksen as well. So this is very stressful. This is a very important moment for the championship here, because obviously Eric Littlethings and Leo Ferraroli probably gonna have to pit. And Tappan because we're probably gonna have to pit. So this is essentially the fight for P3. It seems as of right now. Yeah. Yeah, essentially this is the fight for P3, obviously, because I said the penalty that Joe was given. Yeah, there's Aircon. There's Aircon into the pits. What will he go for? He'll probably go for the soft tire. He does go for the soft tire. Leo Fonaroli on the straight right now. Eric Littlethings just battling with Fonaroli as well. Fonaroli psychs himself, goes into the pits, and that's Eric Littlethings to lead the Sakhir Grand Prix. Will we see Eric will we see Eric win the Sakhir Grand Prix today? I don't think that's completely out of the question, but we only have 3 laps of racing action left to decide what happened, who leads going into Abu Dhabi. That's Fonaroli as well coming out of the pits now, and that is as well Tap from Jupiter coming out of the pits as well. So all he needs to do is, obviously Eric will have to pit. So all Joe has to do It's clear. It's just to stay within 5 seconds of the for Ferrari here. Can he do that? If he can do that, he'll go up into P3 and take and be level with Aircon going into Abu Dhabi. Tanabado obviously still in World Championship contention right now in these last laps of the Sakhir Grand Prix. Aircon 2 seconds, Tanabado 3 seconds. Tanabado made up amazing lengths of time in the pit phase here. I think, yeah, Eric is going to stay out onto lap 26. I think Red Bull strategy here just to give Aircon an immense amount of stress here, an immense amount of just to stress his tires, to cause him to make a mistake, to cause him to burn his rubber a lot, which will allow Joe. Actually, he's already got past Joe here. So that's Aircon into the retakes the lead of the Sakhir Grand Prix race here. Did he get hit? No, he didn't get hit. Okay, now he got hit. That was a very, very dirty move there. I don't approve of that. I really don't approve of that. Not good. That's not good racing. Further up in front, though, you will see what good racing is. Eric Little things just will get past. Tanabado will get past Eric Little things here. I think Eric definitely has to pit now. Oh, that was a very defensive move by the driver there, but that will be no problem for Tanabado, the 5-time race winner, already on the hunt. Now all you have to do, clear Aircon, and he will go into Abu Dhabi a serious contender for the title. Yeah, Eric will stay out. Aircon sets the fastest lap. Joe seemingly cleared Joel as well. So now his next target to extract as much lap time as he can out of Leo Fonorodi's time. You just see the graining on these tires here. Lap 27 of 28. So I think this is now the end of the road for Tanabado. Because he won't be within 25 points of Aircon. I will do the calculations. So yeah, this might be the end of the road. Meaning that going into Abu Dhabi, we will only have 2 contenders for the title. We've seen this before in 2021. We've seen this before in 2025, where there were 2 mathematical contenders, realistic contenders for the title here. And word from the stewards here, it is true. Joe will have 20 seconds worth of lap time that he lost in the pit lane will be removed from his time, meaning that he will be promoted to P3 at the end of the Grand Prix. So Fonorodi will drop to P5, Eric Little Things will drop to P4, while Joe will remain in P3 due to the amount of lap time that he lost in the pit lane. Further up ahead, still having to deal with massive amounts of traffic here, but Aircon nonetheless will not be stopped today. Goes fastest in Sector 1. Will he go fastest in Sector 2 as well? It seems as though he is up on his time, but he is down on battery, so he will not go fastest in Sector 2. Seems as though he will not finish the race with obviously the clear advantage of having the fastest lap. The Mercedes today, at least the leading Mercedes, has been strong all weekend long, and he's proven himself with now getting to 20 race wins. When he will cross the finish line, he obviously will cross the line. Now, past 10, 14, and 15, he will look up and see the checkered flag first. Esteban Ocon wins the Sakhir Grand Prix, and we will see you in Abu Dhabi. The 2 contenders for the title level on points for the first time since 2021. Joe will not cross the on track in P3, but he will finish in P3. The two contenders for the title, both on equal points all season long. It's been wonderful to watch these two go band for band, win for win. But we will see you in Abu Dhabi, and we will see you in the season finale of the F1-70 2026 season 4 finale in Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi on Friday. Cancel your plans. We will see you there. No, I'm not gonna end the stream. I said Friday, mate. Friday. Friday is the season finale. Wonderful, wonderful racing we've been given here. Simply, that's something only some people would call simply, simply, simply lovely. Obviously, we will hear the British and German anthems on the podium. Yeah, there were no penalties, so it's not like I don't have no reason to show you guys the finishing result. I'm gonna make this quick because we also have other things to do. I won't end the stream. Joe, please stay, okay? After the anthems and stuff.
One 103rd win, and what a crucial win that could be for him as he goes for that record-breaking 8th world title.
Thanks, Joe, for the username. Okay, yeah, Joe, I'm gonna follow you. You know, and hopefully tomorrow we'll get your account. But level on points, that is some crazy stuff, man.